coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Tonight, we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Lions have 1-6 now. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Keene. That'll be caught by St. Brown. 7 yards there and a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage. Was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. There was a late lightning fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
I like it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that can be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead he said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Lions, nothing.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more of what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership. And leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. But we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W. Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Pass incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson.
Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll set up a throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I guarantee they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early in the first quarter.
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
This is Swift on the counter. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Keene. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Derek Barnes in on the stop.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. 23 yards on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
They'll look to throw again. Got an open man finding Jefferson. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Keene Dancing to his left. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now a give running right. It's Cook. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to float from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
From the 2-yard line.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now, do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 28-0. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. A final shot before break. Keene. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Kenewagu now out of his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10. They're on the 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Okay, a couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll go with a keeper. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. Extra point forthcoming. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, in the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And it's taken in at the 9. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Keene. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on 1st down. Keene to the right side to Eric Ebron. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Vikings pick up the football. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, And he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Keene. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
That's good for the Lions. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Keene. Able to shake him up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
See what I did there?
He needs better protection, that's for sure. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
All the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
To throw on 3rd down. Keene. Ebron with it over the middle. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
On 1st down, Keene. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Tackled back at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw again. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now. But he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They go play action here on first down. He finds his target, Ebron. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun. Keene got his man complete him. And a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. That should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. Keene. It's Williams on the catch. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Keene. He's got this complete to Williams. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. This game well in hand. Perhaps we're seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Key. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. On 1st and 10, Key. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Extra point attempt to come here. And that'll make this a 19-point game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down, Vikings.
So the final seconds have ticked away